Okay. Well, how about you open my less sarcastic friend?
I don't know.
I, I thought you had notes.
I do have notes on
Good.
how you suck dick.
I told you not to record that.
Too late. We're live.
All right.
Nothing can be taken back now.
All right. Well, okay. This is our, I won't say attempt because we could do a lot better than this. This is our rendition of E3 game journalism coverage of the expo, the enter money. Okay. Ian, don't put that shit on screen. I see what you're doing. Don't do that.
Okay, we're good here.
Why did I give you control? That was the worst idea I've ever. Though you can put sweet video game shit up there too. Okay.
I can, but I don't have enough screen to Google or look up any of that fucking shit.
But you just happen to have the blue-haired robot picture just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Elvis is gonna sue someone.
All right, okay, let's back on topic here. Back on topic.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
Okay.
7 peanut butter and bacon sandwiches.
So the main thing of that happened to E3 today was, just in terms of E3, was the EA special, which covered. Oh my god, let me get my notes out here. Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, some FIFA shit I don't give a crap about, and Madden, but I don't play sports games, so I'm not going to cover that because I can't properly. Mass Effect
Well,
Andromeda, and that's what we covered today in E3. Well, later tonight at 10 o'clock, I think it is going to be. Who is it at 10 o'clock today? I think it's Bethesda. I think Bethesda has their thing today at 10
okay.
o'clock.
All right.
So we'll cover that probably in
Well,
the next episode.
all right. Well, here's what I think so far. Seeing as how E3 is just getting underway, and well, I mean, really, it hasn't technically started yet.
No, it started, I think.
Oh, well, the internet told me it would start on the 14th. Internet. Okay, so I think before we do anything, we need to address the elephant in the room. What we actually think of the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Okay.
Um, because to me, one of the only three correspondents, we'll call ourselves for the nature of this joke, uh, on the Blender team covering E3, I don't like it. I don't like E3 at all.
How dare you?
I, but for a very specific reason.
That's the
Um,
reason being.
the only E3 has a very specific purpose. It's to get people excited for video games. Necessarily theirs, specifically theirs, but it's supposed to drum up, excitement. I mean, people call it the hype train, but that's really what it's supposed to be because nobody makes money immediately off of E3. No one's like, no one gets crowned E3 champion like Miss America. Steve Harvey doesn't come out and he's like, da 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 da, puts a little crown on Sony or Microsoft or whatever. It's supposed to make people go, wow, look at what video games can do. And I think in the recent years, I've come into E3 each year a little bit more skeptical of the last one.
Hmm.
Because what's that? What's that on the screen? Damn it, Ian. Because there's the Watchdog fiasco, the Ubisoft downgrades, the thing that Sony did last year where they just announced a whole bunch of games and then none of them have come out,
Yeah.
and you haven't really heard anything about any of them.
Mhm.
So, I I guess the video game industry itself right now is in a state where I come in with my grains of salt already ready in a little pouch, so I can just. Ian, I still see it on screen.
Yeah, there you got a problem with that?
No, I guess not. Where you know, my expectations are low. So
What expectations? You never. You're a man made of salt, man. You would fucking any snails within a 10-foot radius and instantly just shrivel and die.
it's because they're icky, okay? They have to be slimy or else they will die. It's
Yeah,
not a life I want to live.
yeah, but oh, okay. Are you that afraid of wetness? Of I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah.
This one weird. All right. Well, my opinions of E3 at least are, I always go in with not really a grain of salt because I don't really. I look at what I like generally what I do with E3 is I always look at what what interests me. I just kind of plan out and just look at what I'm looking forward to. With this one, I was like, oh yeah, I like Recent Entertainment. I like Titanfall 1. I'm going to see what they're doing with Titanfall 2. And I remember what was going on last year and stuff, and obviously haven't talked about it yet. But with Watch Dogs 2, well, yeah, it looks cool and all with the trailer they put out, but I'm fucking skeptical as shit because I don't trust those fuckers at all anymore from the shit they pulled on me, but that's a different subject.
All right. Well, why don't we start off with Watch Dogs 2 then?
Okay. I guess we keep it brief because we haven't had there hasn't been any E3 coverage of it yet, so all we have to go on is just that one trailer that came out.
Oh, Ian, I can pour salt on that.
I know you can.
I would say that the gameplay in quotation marks, looks amazing.
I would
But
agree.
so did the E3 presentation for Watch Dogs 1.
That's why I say if what we've been shown in this trailer is in fact what the game actually holds in comparison to what we actually got in Watch Dogs 1. It's a great improvement. Like, sure, animation still looks smoother with the free running and stuff, and also they added free running. But I don't really care about that. What I care about is the core mechanics in terms of just the hacking. They seem to actually have taken it up a notch, so it actually feels not like a gimmick. It actually feels like a part of the game. Because with the hacking of cars, they can go forward and backwards in the middle of combat when people are shooting you or taking cover with the cars. It just adds a lot more things you can sort of set up and repair things. What I like what defines a good game with particularly open world games is how much you can create your own scenarios beforehand or just or manipulate a scenario that you come across in a way that isn't set up in front of you well, okay, there are people come out this door and there's an explosive barrel next to that door. Well, the only thing to do is shoot that barrel and kill the people. That's forced. Oh yeah, it's like the developer going, yeah, you feel smart. You saw the giant red thing that explodes.
You did it.
You did.
Yeah. Okay.
As opposed to my prime example of a really well done open world game is Red Faction Guerrilla, where there would be those convoys that would move throughout the map, and you would get a little a marker from showing where they're going through the entire map. So you could pick any place on that convoy marker to ambush it, and you could just go drive up, park a truck in front of the road, set bombs on it, or ambush them on a bridge. So you blow up the back part of the convoy, destroying their escape route, and then careening into the front with an explosive truck. Just so you can make your own scenarios, and just with the few more tools they seem to be adding with Watch Dogs, they actually seem to be able to creating those tools to allow you to create your own scenarios that sort of
Ian?
flesh out the game a bit more. Yeah.
I'm gonna rock your world right now.
Okay.
I agree.
Oh my god.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, actually.
But as I said before you continue, but as I said, it all looks fine and great, but Division all looked fine and great. Watch Dogs 1 looked all freaking amazing, and Watch Dogs 2 now looks great too. So, but I can't trust it. I can't trust it anymore because they've done so much stuff with pre-rendered videos and everything that you can't trust anything that they show you. You have to wait until the game is out and someone else is playing it that's not on their payroll or anything else, so you can actually definitively go, okay, so I know what the game that I will pay money for is. Because you can't trust them anymore. Okay, but as you were saying.
And now I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment, because there are a couple of things about Watch Dogs 2 that I appreciate.
Okay.
One, I appreciate very much the change of main character.
Oh,
I appreciate the fact that they're not fucking with Aiden Pierce anymore.
Yep.
Although if Aiden Pierce was at the very end of Watch Dogs becoming Batman. It's the singularity that all vigilante protagonists eventually become Batman. They follow their hero's journey to the end, and they become fully fleshed out and realized characters in the vigilante paradigm. And they realize they like, oh, I have to do good, or my personal vendetta is over. Now it's time to either hang up the cape and cowl or continue on this path of righteousness. And I was like, all right, well, nobody liked Aiden Pierce. Nobody.
Yeah.
He was that year's hottest 3 out of 10. He was completely unlikable.
Unfuckable.
He was Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Clones or whatever.
Sith.
Whatever.
Attack of the Clones. Was the episode 2.
Shit, I just outed myself as not a Star Wars fan.
How dare you?
Which is actually hilarious. One quick caveat. I just got a new house key, and the only house key they had available was a Darth Vader key. So now I have a Darth Vader key.
I hope you walk up to your door just dun, 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 dun. I'm home.
No, I don't. Because I don't care. It was that or Hello Kitty. But I would have gotten the Hello Kitty one, but the Darth Vader one was on sale. I was at a Walmart.
How dare you let your financial gains make the decision for you?
Oh, right, sorry. And the second one is, I am a... sorry. I like that they're going in a different direction with this new guy. I mean, his niece might get killed too, and then he might go on a murderous rampage, killing anyone even remotely associated with anyone who has bought coffee from the guy who killed his niece.
I will say, I do hope...
Ran into him at a Starbucks. My niece!
Yeah, I will say, I do hope that they go with, they have, I doubt it because it's a big mainstream AAA game, so they have to appeal to the wider base. So they always go with a slightly more generic story.
Why is it? Why is it still a mainstream AAA title? There was nothing. They had nothing going for it. If Ubisoft wasn't such a juggernaut and probably already ordered 4 of these games, they would have just scrapped it and gone for something new, which I actually would appreciate.
Yep.
But I will, to their credit, this is Ubisoft, right? Yeah. Ubisoft has been able to pick up and improve on their franchises from games 1 to 2 before, improving on an original title. Because Assassin's Creed 2 was pretty damn fucking good.
Yeah. But the thing is that it's going a little too far back. It's probably a different regime. We have to consider what they've produced recently.
Yes, but Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed 1 and Watch Dogs, to me feel very similar.
I can see it.
It's kind of strangely kind of awkward video games that you don't really say is filled with technical achievement, but dripping with potential.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1 immensely. I mean, if I had to save another random beggar from dime a dozen thugs in Jerusalem, I was going to hang myself. But once I got through it, I enjoyed all the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And god damn it, the Out of the Animus parts were my favorite parts. It's just that the later games completely fucked them up.
Yeah, they went a weird direction with all that. But that's a huge... I could go on a total rant about video games not trusting or having any faith in the intelligence of the player. Oh yeah, but that's a different thing. So we should get back onto the E3 here.
Mm-hmm.
We're veering off track a little bit.
Yeah. So basically,
we can discuss that thing in another blend, or even
yeah,
or one of your musings. But yeah, continue.
I would say Watch Dogs 2. I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm sure as fuck not going to pre-order it to get the, I don't know, the snapback hat for whatever this dude's name is.
Oh, yeah, I got no idea.
Because apparently Ubisoft protagonists have no fucking idea how to dress themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, seriously, like what was it? Like a fucking checkerboard pattern trench coat you could get in the first game.
Yep.
Who are we? Chubby Checker?
I don't know. The part that always bothered me about that is that like we're supposed to be like we are a vigilante, but we're not. We're supposed to be hiding in plain sight, sort of thing. We're not hiding in plain sight with our fucking hood and fucking designer trench coat looking mother thing.
And our logo on our hat and bandana.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Oh my god.
I will
Ubisoft
say,
has a
before we
brand awareness for Ubisoft is hilarious. Assassin's logos all over like Altair. Aiden Pierce covering himself in the I'm the Vigilante logo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, actually. All right, sorry. Continue.
No, yeah.
I was gonna say friend, but go.
This is what you hurt my feelings.
Oh, good. Continue.
Okay. I will say one of my last things I'll say about Watch Dogs 2 is that the trailer and everything looks really good. However, like some of the stuff they were bringing up in the trailer was just I don't know. Like it felt strange to me how they were remarking so much on the play area. That was what I was going to say. Yeah, they were telling me how the play area was like so much bigger than the first Watch Dogs, and that was set in Detroit, and like it's so much like larger and more stuff in it. But I'm sitting there thinking like that wasn't the problem in Watch Dogs 1. It wasn't too big. The size was fine. It just the entire game felt fucking populated as shit. Like the city centers had no one in it. The entire place. The entire game felt like that everyone was coming from we were coming from a plague. There was like no one around.
That's true. And besides, just having more area with more stuff to do doesn't necessarily make a Ubisoft game better.
Yugi, use the blue eyes white dragon. Okay, yes.
Assassin's Creed Unity, case in point. Yes, for all the hilarious glitches and troubles that the game had aside, I knew I wasn't going to finish the game. I felt defeated once I just climbed up on a building, looked around, and I just saw like it was like Paris had chickenpox. Just all these dots all over my map and all over my screen of just things to do.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with a lot of Ubisoft games is that they're good. They become good at just putting a lot of shit to do, but none of that shit being satisfying or rewarding to do.
Like I did all this stuff. What'd you get?
Yeah, like you might.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you might get something like a hat or something or like a consumable or even like some stuff that helps you in the campaign, but like none of it ever feels exactly that fun to play. It feels like a bit of a slog.
No, Ian.
Yes.
You don't get a hat for completing the things to do. You get a hat for buying more assassin points.
But I think we should move on to actually E3 things here. We should bring it into Watch Dogs 2. So first thing on the list, first thing that was covered in the E3
in 2016, bringing an end to Watch Dogs 2.
Oh yes. So the first thing that was brought up in the EA conference was Titanfall 2, everyone. Yes. So I guess I'll let you open this one. So what are your thoughts on? Have you watched it? Have you watched?
Sure about that?
Yeah, go for it.
I have trailers.
Okay, yeah. Just so you know, they released the single player trailer and the multiplayer trailer.
Yeah, I saw the protect the pilot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Titanfall was fun. It was competent. I did not enjoy it because it's not my thing. I think a single-player campaign is exactly what I wanted. However, now that I've seen the trailer for it, there's nothing different so far between that and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for me.
Okay, I can't say I haven't played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but it's entirely kind of what you get with the area. It's a single player first person shooter campaign. Made by the same people that even started the Call of Duty franchise, and we honestly can't say what the story is going to be or how it's going to be until it actually comes out. But it's kind of what it looks like is par for the course in terms of what we'll be getting.
Yeah, but why does it have to be?
Because
I've
it's
played
very
first-person shooters. I've played Call of Duty games that have great stories.
no, I'm not saying.
Okay,
I'm not
sorry.
saying.
I've played one Call of Duty game that has a great story.
Yeah, and the thing is,
It's Call of Duty 3.
the thing is, we can't really say if this single player is going to be good or not. Is the thing.
All right, I guess I'm just numb to set pieces now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the trailer was just filled with a bunch of set pieces, and they withheld pretty much all the story. We had no inklings of what the story is going to be. Besides, we may be in a frontier area. The entire game, the first one took place in what's called the frontier, so will be. We don't know if we're playing as militia or the IMC, or even if the IMC are a big impact in this game. From the colors, it's probably the militia is the single player revolves around.
Okay.
All we pretty much got is that shit happened. A bunch of people died. What the mech is? I'm going to go on a limb and say that it is some kind of a sentient AI. That might be a prototype in Titan or AI sort of thing.
Oh, like RoboCop. All right, I'm back into it.
Because what it seemed to be is that it definitely, with its interactions with in the trailer with what I was going to assume is main character, it was different.
Titanfall.
It expressed a more like a sort of an emotional, like sort of a more of an emotion thing. Sort of, it said stuff like "trust me" and stuff like that. And those aren't things that like a computer just when it's like
the word "me."
Yeah, stuff like that. So like, I'm interested in how the story is going to go. I don't know. Besides that, we have no idea how it is going to play out. Just it interests me.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest problem that I have with first-person shooters is the idea that a set piece makes a first-person shooter, because my favorite Call of Duty game, and a lot of people will probably tell me I'm completely stupid, is Call of Duty 3.
Oh, Call of Duty 3, really?
Yes, because it follows basically the same story as Starship Troopers, actually.
Really?
Where you play as a like a grunt in the army, and like you see your unit and your commanding officer like cracking under the pressure of command, and eventually like you take the reins and you become the new commanding officer, and the first shot of the game and the last shot of the game is your commanding officer berating you with the tough love, and then you playing as some other guy listening to your character berate you with the tough love.
Oh, that's a good story.
It's like the "Come on, guys, you want to live forever" from Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice little full circle there. And
yeah, and like in Call of Duty Modern Warfare or whatever, you're like, oh no, the Eiffel Tower. Story. Look at it falling over.
Yeah, that is definitely. I will actually agree with you. You bring up a good point that a lot of single player like action shooter games have gone so far to the point of like trying to have like that next big set piece is that they forget that like the thing that has a lasting appeal isn't that, oh my god, they blew up the Eiffel Tower or there was a airport scene where things happened. It actually had an important story that had a far-reaching consequences, and as well as like even a biting commentary on things or anything of like that. The reason that like the first Black Ops was like I like the first Black Ops so much is that it actually tried to do characters more than the set pieces. Like there were set pieces in the game, but the characters that always took center stage in the game, which a lot of
that's true. I actually can say that there's a Call of Duty game that follows the storyline of Starship Troopers, and then one that follows the story of the Manchurian fucking Candidate. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
in terms of how this next Titanfall game will be, like in terms of story, we can't like this point we can't say because it could be either one in terms of it just goes for all the set pieces or actually might be a bit more of a character driven drama. Who knows? We can't. We have no idea.
I'm willing to bet that it's more set pieces.
Oh, it most likely will. Most likely will be.
Well, the story in Titanfall 1 was almost non-existent, but it was played out in this like hilarious, like overacted melodrama in the top right-hand corner of the screen. So they do like story. They like characters hamming it up.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe, but the only thing that I've experienced of Titanfall is it's a MOBA. So you'll have to win me over somehow.
Okay. And it's not a
Not
MOBA.
you.
It's not.
Respawn Entertainment.
I know, but just so you know, before everyone hates us, it's not a MOBA.
No, don't hate Ian. It's a MOBA.
Okay, so
It's a bunch of people running around, killing each other in an online battle arena. Titanfall is a MOBA. Overwatch is a MOBA. Battleborn is a MOBA.
oh dear lord.
The Division is
Oh.
basically a MOBA.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Call of Duty,
Uh,
basically a MOBA at this point.
It's not what MOBAs are. Moving on.
Yes, it fucking is. All right,
Dude.
and one thing about Overwatch.
It's not.
I know a lot of people like
It's not
Overwatch.
a MOBA. It's not the definition of a MOBA.
Multiplayer online battle arena.
But that's not what it's defined as. But moving on, whatever. What are you gonna say? Say what you're gonna say, and we'll move on to Battlefield 1.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to? Battlefield 1, probably going to be a MOBA.
It's not. What? Just say what you're gonna say. We're gonna move on.
I had fun with Overwatch when I didn't have to pay for it, and I think it's kind of you would say that Team Fortress 2 is its main competition. Would we agree on that?
Yes and no.
So, Overwatch is a full-price video game whose main competition is a free-to-play first-person shooter. I'm just filled with like, why? Like, so it's basically, do you want to play Team Fortress 2 for free and probably end up spending $60 on hats? Or spend $60 on Overwatch and get some hats for free? I don't see the appeal. It's a MOBA. Let's move on.
All right, Mr. Trump.
How dare you?
Battlefield 1, everyone. So
Send your complaints to Ian, care of Sentient Blenders, TijuanaMexico.com.
.com, interesting. I didn't know they had a .com.
Sorry, .gov.
All right, so Battlefield 1. We had our we already had like the sort of like the reveal and announcement of it, and for the most part with it, I'll say I'm a bit of a sucker for the World War I thing, mostly because of just the technology of the area. Also Zeppelins.
Blimps and crowds.
Zeppelins, man.
Blimps and crowds.
Zeppelins are my shit, and I'm fucking hyped as fuck for that. I will say, however, before I get all just gosh, it's amazing, that the gameplay that they showed, they at the end of their of the E3 thing, they streamed about an hour of gameplay of three different games on the same map of a bunch of celebrities and YouTube personalities. Either way, it was good. It looked great and everything.
Oh wait, sorry.
What?
One thing. I went ugh when you talked about YouTube celebrities and personalities, but if they offered me money, I'd totally do it. Sorry. I just want to put that small caveat. Continue.
Fair enough. That the game the game looks great visually. It looks like it plays great, and also some of the additions, everything looked good. But I guess it was like, this is only Conquest, so it should be what I expect in Conquest. Everything was just most of the guns were automatic. Everything played very much like Battlefields before, in which it's a Battlefield game. But I don't know. I think I was expecting something different. At least this was only one map, and they didn't play a map that was based on trench warfare, as well as there's different game modes they haven't talked about or announced yet, because this was just classic Conquest. So like I'm just sort of spinning in circles now at this point.
Get ready.
I have to wait and see for more of it. I mean, I'm interested in it, but I'm going to have to wait and see for more. Yes, Austin?
Here we go. If you think that the World War I setting is going to change that the game is Battlefield, You're out of your goddamn mind.
I'm not. I'm not
People are going to be running around with machine guns, jumping out of planes midair. It's good if you want to play a World War One game and have it feel like World War One. Just play for Done. It's already out.
Yes, that is a good point. If you want, a World War One game, go play for Done. If you want a pseudo history, go play Battlefield 1. Pseudo history,
yeah, but I've been trying to get with the times, and I've been playing more Battlefield games. But they've been doing that kind of like ridiculous pseudo history stuff since the very beginning. Battlefield 1942, which is a MOBA. People have just been like running around, hopping in and out of tanks and blowing shit out of the sky. Then there was the expansions, hidden weapons of World War II, where you literally get in a glider and it just shoots you out of a cannon. They play fast and loose with history. They always have.
Yep. And like in that vein, they did mention that a lot of the weapons, vehicles, and other thing were going to be stuff that was prototyped or theorized, like about to create during World War One, not necessarily was actually on the battlefield in World War One.
That's fucking stupid. Sorry, that's fucking stupid.
What?
Also, hello, Baby Got Bacon. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Baby Got Bacon.
It's just fucking stupid. Like, the only thing that got me excited in that trailer was a bunch of dudes who look like Lawrence of Arabia chasing a train on horseback. I thought that was baller. I thought that was dope as shit.
Yeah.
And the rest of it was like, oh, great. People in tanks, shooting people with tanks. I played Battlefield, man. I've played Battlefield. I played Battlefield. I played Battlefield in World War II. I played Battlefield in modern day. I played Battlefield in space. And Battlefield in World War One is not going to be any different.
I like space.
Well, you can play Battlefield with space because it's out right now.
I know, and I'm looking forward to Call of Duty in space with more mechs. They have grappling hooks, man.
Well, yeah, but Call of Duty or Battlefield in space has Star Wars characters in it. You'd like that.
I know.
Do you get the joke?
Yeah.
People paid $60 for that game.
I know. Yeah, that one was very much. Yeah.
People are gonna hate me, and I like it.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I will say quickly though, in terms of Star Wars, is that was another thing in the EA thing. They quickly went over their like plan with Star Wars games that were going to come out. There was because BioWare is making a Star Wars game. Visceral Games is making a Star Wars game. The one that was sort of new to the list, which wasn't around last E3, is Respawn Entertainment is making a Star Wars game. The people that make Titanfall. So I'm interested to see what they do.
Okay, rant time.
All right, go ahead. Go for it.
DICE and Respawn Entertainment are completely interchangeable at this point.
Okay.
They're both competent first-person shooter makers. The fact that one is making a battle whatever game, a Star Wars game, I don't care. BioWare already made Star Wars games. One of them was great. One of them was terrible. Knights of the Old Republic 1 was awesome. Knights of the Old Republic 2 barely made par with my lower expectations. Visceral Games, I actually saw 30 seconds of their Star Wars game, and it is everything that is wrong with video games right now.
Really? I did not see what this is. What is it?
It was a dude walks out of a door, and a plane flies by. That's it.
Okay.
All it was Star Wars exists. Look at all these graphics. I don't give a fuck about graphics. I don't. As long as it looks like it was made in like this decade, I'm good. Just make the game good. I don't need fucking Greedo's eyelashes to be 1-to-1 with the movie. Just make it a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Visceral Games is one of my favorite developers, or was, before they made Battlefield Hardline. But they still have the benefit of the doubt from me. So I can't stay excited for a slew of new Star Wars crap because it's never hit me like in like a good spot. I've never been like, we can go back to a galaxy far, far away. Like I get that a lot of people when they get that feeling. I suppose it's kind of like nostalgia,
Yeah,
but I won't say that video game companies are trying to capitalize on people's nostalgia, even though I totally would say that.
normally I would disagree with on that sort of a point, but I would not argue against you if with the Battlefront game because that was 100% just a nostalgic grab.
Yeah, that's true. Told you guys it was going to be that. I told you. I fucking told you. I told everyone. No one believed me.
I didn't buy it, so there's that. I wanted to, I just forgot about it.
Well, that's a sign of a good video game. I was going to buy it, but I forgot that it was.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, let's shift gears. I think we've given E3 and video game companies a lot of shit. It's deserving of their shit. But let's talk about a few things that are. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. This sneeze is brought to you by Little Debbie Snack Cakes.
I didn't know you could be allergic to those.
Little Debbie Snap Cakes, your body rejects them.
Little by little, until it coagulates in your liver, and you no longer have you no longer have a liver so that you must purchase Little Debbie Snack Cakes liver replacement.
Yeah, it's like Zombrex from Dead Rising. My body's 90% filling.
Okay, this is an E3
don't
podcast.
You mean,
what happened?
Yeah, don't you mean cream filling? No, there's no cream in Little Debbie Snack Cakes. Okay. So.
Hey, baby, I'm 90% cream.
Hey, yeah. I'll give you a gooey cream center. All right.
Oh, jeez. All right, back on track. Ugh.
You open that door. You open that door. So, let's talk about a few things that we liked, and then we'll get to some predictions.
Okay.
All right. So it wasn't necessarily E3, but the trailers came out around this time, so I'm gonna get to go ahead and do that because most of the shit that we're talking about right now is stuff that has already been leaked, and the video game companies had to be like, yeah, sure, that it was us, whatever. We meant to do that because apparently people can't wait actually one fucking day, for the video game companies to show them on their own. I'm sorry, but who needs to see a Watch Dogs 2 premiere trailer 24 to 36 hours early? That's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. I got off track. We were going to be nice. We're going to be happy. There's a video game called Vampyr. Vampyr. That... Are you playing video games?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You fucker. All right. There was a video game called Vampyr, Vampyr, that looked, I won't say completely new, but definitely refreshing. And it had all the hallmarks of a game that I would like, or at least be interested in, and I was impressed. And then I found out who made it. I forget what they're called, but it was the same people that made Life is Strange and Remember Me. 2 games. Life is Strange that I haven't gotten through yet, but I've heard good things about, and Remember Me, a game which I fervently dislike.
I remember that period of time. That was a good time. Every time I got on Xbox, it was also just playing Remember Me, and just like, say, Austin, how you enjoying the game? No.
Fuck this game. That's what I think about this game.
Every time.
So, I mean, there was literally one thing in that game that I liked. There was like a mech, and he could like project his face, and the face was kind of scary. That's it.
Fair enough.
But I was pleasantly surprised by like a shift in tone. Like they're really trying to do new things each time. They don't always succeed, but I'm impressed, and I would like to see more of Vampire. I forget the developer, and I'm sorry, but we've had our differences in the past, but I can't wait to see more of that. Um, one more, a Call of Cthulhu official video game is coming out.
I don't know how I feel about that. The trailer was but like I'm hopeful.
Okay.
What?
That's about it. Yeah. The first Call of Cthulhu game was it was just the weirdness was dialed up to 11, and you just kind of like watched the video game go by. You're just like walking around shooting stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, Jesus, I'm crazy, and then you would keep going.
Fair enough.
Um, there's also another video game that coming out. I forget what it's called. It's like Heart of Darkness or Darkness of the whatever. That is basically Call of Cthulhu, but it's a VR game.
Interesting.
But it is VR. You have the VR headset on, but it's not first person, which completely defeats the purpose of VR, and I don't understand it.
Huh.
I am not going. Even if I had the money to comfortably spend on a VR headset, I'm not sure I would yet.
Fair enough. I would love to try Vive, though. I'll tell you that much.
You want to play that Portal? Portal games, mess around with them robots?
Oh, yeah.
I know you. All right.
I guess.
I'm literally racking my brain for something else that I like. Oh, okay. Mass Effect Andromeda. That 1 minute and 56-second video that they made was literally all that I wanted. That's all that I want from any video game developer at E3. That any established video game developer that is making the next video game in their franchise, let's say. Basically, they are what I want Valve to be like. They were like, here's a little bit of it. We're working on it. We haven't forgotten about you. It's just not done yet. When we have more, we'll show you. But we're working on it. Like, the hype for Half-Life 3 has become comical. I don't understand the secrecy for it. They're just, at this point, I don't give a fuck if Half-Life 3 ever comes out, because I don't care anymore.
How can you say
If every now and again they were like, look, we're working on it, then I'd be like, all right, cool, let me know when it's done. But the fact that we have to go asking them about it, stupid. So here comes BioWare being like, all right, we know you guys like Mass Effect. The game is fucking huge, and it's a lot of work, but here's what we have so far. It's not a lot, but, this is it. Look at that. We're working on facial animations. They're different from before. Look at that shit. That looks good, right? All right. We'll let you know when the next shit's out. That's it. That's all I wanted. Because that's all E3 should ever be. This is what we're working on. Isn't that cool? Not like if you sign up now, the beta comes out tomorrow. Kids seats are still just $5. Here's a fucking band that no one gives a shit about to do a theme song that they made for a game you won't play. Like, none of that matters to me. Although I have to say the theme song for Battlefield Hardline is actually pretty good.
Surprisingly is.
I mean, I wouldn't download it. I wouldn't listen to it, but it's actually not that bad. I would probably be much more appreciative of video game developers if there wasn't this curtain that you couldn't get behind. Because everything has to be staged. Everything has to be cinematic quality. Everything has to be perfect. Like, God forbid, if they ever had a demo, they would bring someone up on stage to play it. That will never happen, ever at E3, because that would. Oh God, I burped in the middle of talking. That would pull the curtain back. Actually, there's an amazing video out of some Ghost Recon game that was shown at E3. The guy got the E3 demo somehow, and he played it in a way that you weren't supposed to, and just nothing worked. Everything was broken. Like shit was going off wrong. His gun didn't actually do damage to people. Um, it's it's kind of bullshit. It's a little fake, and I don't appreciate it. So all you gotta do is show some dudes typing away on a keyboard, drawing some shit on a tablet, and being like, "This is what we got." Moving on.
Yeah, I see your point.
I don't need to see, Aiden Pierce Part 2 jumping around on shit in 60 frames per megabit 420 optical Vive support. I don't give a fuck. Like, I've never cared. I've never bought a video game based on a CG trailer. Never. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, let's just... Were we supposed to be happy? What was I talking about that was good?
I lost.
Game about fucking vampires and a giant squid that devours the earth. Those are my good points for E3 so far.
Yeah, and they weren't even at E3.
God, I suck.
Well, moving to me.
Gwent. Wait, Gwent.
No, so far I have been enjoying very much. Let me just fix that. There we go. So far, my game I'm anticipating the most right now is definitely Titanfall 2. I'm very excited for that, and I'm going to be going back and watching that trailer again and looking as much of the shit I can to figure out what's going to be in it. But my God, I'm excited for that because I enjoyed Titanfall 1 thoroughly to like a huge degree. So far I am 100% behind Respawn on what they're doing. Now with Battlefield 1, I've always enjoyed the Battlefield games, and it looks very fun and very entertaining. I'm looking forward to what they're going to release next in terms of the other game modes. It's not a make or break for me, but I would really like to see them somehow implement a game mode that really plays on like the trench warfare a bit more, because with the gameplay they showed was just Battlefield. You run around to objective. I would like to see something that emulates the trench warfare a bit more, obviously in Battlefield style, but having some trench warfare or something would be interesting. But those are my thoughts, I suppose. Everything else is cool. I'm looking forward to it. Woo! Only thing I didn't care about was sports games, and I don't play sports games, so I have no comments on that.
All right, how about this?
Yeah.
I will give you $20 the next time we see each other.
Okay.
If there is a game mode in Battlefield 1 that employs mustard gas.
I can tell you that there is right now.
No. Not Battlefield mustard gas. Like, kills you in one hit. You gotta put on the gas mask. Stay in the trench. Mustard gas.
Well, I can tell you right now, mustard gas does exist in the game, and that you do combat it with a gas mask. Besides that, I don't know, but those are two things that are in the game.
All right, we'll see. Get that shit off screen, by the way. You're covering up my Gwent. The picture of Frankie is covering up my Gwent. Because that's what I'm excited for. I want to. That's literally all I'm excited for right now. Like truly excited, because I don't care if it's shit, even if it's a mobile game. I want to be able to play Gwent online with friends. I hate Hearthstone, but I actually really do enjoy Gwent. So if somebody could let me get on that, because I think that I know CD Projekt Red is up to something, and they have finished with The Witcher 3 for now. I think maybe forever. I get it. The robot guy, fucking. I can't comically overreact to it anymore. The joke is dead. Super. All right, get it out of here. All right, you want to do predictions?
Sure. Oh god, it's
All right.
okay, problem solved.
Oh god, it's too big. It's taking over.
Fixed it. Okay. Predictions. What do you think? Nothing in particular. Um, I will say that I'm looking forward to not predictions per se, but the things I'm looking forward to is what they're going to do with Dishonored 2 because I love the first
Oh,
game.
yeah. I
Um,
agree.
yes.
I agree with you.
What other things am I looking forward to? I suppose. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'm sure there's something I'm looking forward to. I just can't remember at this point.
I am going to go ahead and say Borderlands 3 will probably be there in some form.
Yeah, I really don't care about that franchise very much anymore.
Um, because Gearbox has completely destroyed my faith in them as a developer.
I
Uh,
kind of agree with you on that.
Usually, I go with I kind of tally the score like good video games versus bad video games. I know that's pretty subjective, but it's just how I feel. But I don't think anyone will fault me for saying that Aliens, Colonial Marines, Duke Nukem Forever, and Borderlands the pre-sequel pretty bad.
Pretty damn bad.
So they've got three legitimately bad games to Borderlands 1, which was all right, with a very lackluster ending, and Borderlands 2, which was, pretty good, if not a little bit obnoxious. And an ending that made me go, oh, all right, yeah, cool. I want to see more. But that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I think we're going to see more Xbox hardware updates. It's going to be
yeah.
something.
I forgot about that. They're probably going to talk about that a little bit.
They're going to say the word seamless a lot. Integration, synergy,
Future.
whatever,
Future.
Cortana, whatever, what have you. Yeah, the most innovative future of the Xbox entertainment experience, seamlessly integrated with your entertainment, whatever.
Here's the thing, Austin. Here's something we can take bets on if you want.
I'm a betting man.
Do you
I'm a betting man.
do you think that there's that either Sony or Microsoft is going to address the crossplay features?
We'll see. They're in direct competition with each other at
I
E3.
know. Yeah, that's the thing, but that's a big thing that like people kind of want, and like it seems that Microsoft is maybe slightly open to it, but is either one of them going to be the one-on-ones to open the conversation about it? Because at the same time, they're both obviously sort of hesitant to the idea. So it's just I'm interested. Do you think they'll mention it or no?
You're gonna see Xbox One PC integration way before Microsoft Sony if they ever do it.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft is big into being like anything you can do on a PC, you can do on an Xbox One. That's why I have like the little picture here, the Windows 10 update that everybody keeps messing around with. Everybody keeps like trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do jokes for people. It's my thing.
That's
I'm a joke guy.
That you do. That you do.
Hmm.
All right.
The first one's free.
So I think that just about covers everything.
I think Sony will show more of No Man's Sky
Oh, definitely.
because that's one of the very few things they've got going for them right now. They'll probably show a bunch of good but not great indie games because they can release within a little bit before next year's E3.
Yep.
They're going to show the stuff that they showed in the last year's E3, and we'll just see how it's different. That the game where you hunt dinosaurs with the robot dinosaurs with a bow and arrow.
Oh yeah.
That's totally going to be there, just to be like, hey, remember that we win E3, right, guys?
Yep. I forgot about that. that'll be there.
Indie games are going to be like a huge thing for both Microsoft and Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. The guy's going to come out with his Limbo shirt on for Microsoft and be like, look, ID at Xbox, where we support indie developers. I mean, Cuphead looks good, but, you know, other than that, I'm not really thrilled. So I think for predictions, that's about it. I think Bethesda is going to, you know, show a bunch of stuff that they're publishing instead of making now.
Yeah.
Valve isn't going to do anything.
Of course not.
Because they sell other people's games.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Who else is big right now? E3, Microsoft, Sony, Bethesda. I think Square Enix is going to do anything.
I don't know.
I think Square Enix is going to do something. They're going to show like a beautifully rendered cutscene for Final Fantasy 15.
I think that's the one. Or 14.
Yeah, and then showing a bunch of stuff, and then showing just a bunch of gameplay that people skip past. Final Fantasy, I forget where I heard it, but they basically should just make movies now. Like, they would be the world's most well-known direct-to-DVD filmmakers.
They kind of already are.
They were direct to PSP, whatever movie makers.
I forgot about those, yeah.
Yeah, I've got Final Fantasy Advent Children on my PSP. That movie is terrible.
All right.
Yeah. I think that I think we're going to see a couple of exclusives.
Oh, of course.
I think Sony really needs to scramble for something because they're in an exclusive lull because Naughty Dog just made something and that's the only real like exclusive manufacturing plant that they have. You know, I'm over Naughty Dog. I haven't played Uncharted 4 yet, but
sure, it's pretty good.
I mean, all right. I'm playing through the Nathan Drake collection to get ready for Uncharted 4, and I got to the middle of Uncharted 2 and I just haven't gone back to it. There's just a lot of jumping around and shooting, and it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're talking about random things now. I think we should probably bring this to a close.
One more thing.
All right.
We gotta talk Nintendo.
Well, they're not going to be at E3.
What?
I don't think they've been at E3 for the past like 2 E3s.
No, they're doing like a digital thing, right?
Maybe, but like they're not a part of E3 anymore.
Oh, we gotta talk NX, man. We gotta talk Zelda.
Yep, we'll see.
We gotta talk Samus Aran's bloated corpse.
Yep. But we'll wait and see on what they discuss about that.
All right, that's fine, I guess. All right, fuck. Everybody who joined us, you know, thank you. This came a little bit out of left field, but you know, the next episode will be in 2 days from now, and the final episode will be 2 days after that.
Well, we'll discuss more E3 happenings and stuff.
I mean, unless you want to do, Ian, what do you think about while E3 is going on, daily episodes?
Maybe. I'm a little busy tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. We'll discuss this later, not during the thing.
Yeah, no. Let's discuss it now. How's life? Did you get that penis thing fixed?
All right. Well, thank you for joining us to the blend. Missing a blender. We're a helicopter right now. Thanks for joining us.
No. Let's complete that thought. What the hell did you just? What was that again?
We're a blender, but with only 2 blades. we're missing our third blade, so our blending isn't as powerful as it should be. It's not as
That's true.
We,
One of our blades is under the knife.
literally.
We'll
discuss
we're
that.
adding
We'll discuss that when he joins us next time.
we're adding cyborg enhancements to Mac. We're editing. He's like going to be like the $1 Million Man. He's going to edit harder, better, faster. Almost not at all.
He'll have a built-in smoothie maker.
You know, he has 11 episodes of Ninja Gaiden to edit.
Oh,
11.
Fuck.
And that's our shortest series.
Oh boy, I might have to help with that. All right, well, let's bring this to a close.
We finished Saw, and only 2 episodes are out. All right.
Good night and good luck, everybody.
I have no catchphrase. Get out of here. We love you guys.